marketing major with a minor in English.
I'm Anam and I'm a major in Middle Eastern Studies and Communication Studies.
What is y'all's poster about?
The effects of erosion on land, plant life, and agriculture.
Do you want to tell us more about it?
Sure. So erosion causes the degradation of soil, and wind erosion can transport toxic materials, and erosion can also affect the water quality, causing eutrophication and dead zones. And if you didn't know, statistics show that only 3% of Earth's land is arable.
Did you see the announcement in the...
And one of the main agricultural practices that went well into the 20th century was pioneer agriculture. And during that time period, land was cheap, unlimited, and expendable, which rose an issue because the use of the land at such a fast rate caused silting into the state's creeks and rivers. And this is the soil food web, and it depicts what soil productivity would look like. And in order to replenish or better take care of the land, the best way would be to keep organic matter on the surface, as well as to plant more material. And doing that would help the land be better and to help crops grow better. And
So going off of that, early in the 20th century, up to 10 million acres was cultivated in row crops in our state of Georgia. And the Piedmont, which is like the biggest region in Georgia and the region that we currently live in, it lost an average of about 7 inches of its topsoils, and in a lot of areas in the Piedmont, all of the topsoil was lost. And if you look at this picture of the canyon, you can see the redness. So like Georgia is known for its red soil, its red clay. So a lot of the topsoil was gone, and all that was left was the red rocky land. And if you look at this graph over here, it shows Georgia and the states surrounding Georgia, and how much, like, the levels of erosion in those states from 1700 to 1967. And in Georgia, the highest rates of erosion was in 1860 and 1920, and by the year 1967, we fixed our erosion problems, and erosion came down to a very, very low rate, which is awesome. And this is a map that shows the percent of arable land there is in every country all across the world. And if you see, there's very few purple countries, which purple shows that there's at least 40% arable land. Most of the places, it's 10% arable land or less.
And as mentioned earlier, organic matter is the key to replenishing depleted soil. And it also is the key to air and water quality. By having better management practices, the soil health increases along with air quality, water quality, and productivity. And this is a graph of the principal causes of soil degradation. And as we've been stating, agriculture or practices is one of the main causes of this. In North America, you can see the green area, that's the amount of agricultural practices that are depleting the soil. And in South America, first would be deforestation, and then third would be agricultural practices. And up here, we have a picture of the soil conservation districts in Georgia that have been created in order to help better deal with the land depletion. And some of them would be Fulton County, Cobb County, Gwinnett County. And down here we have a picture of Piedmont and the coastal plains. We used to do agricultural practices in the Piedmont, but we found out that shifting that to the coastal plains would be more beneficial, as the land there is less likely to deplete. And we also have found some ways around the world internationally that they have done to better deal with the land loss, or better help the land while also continuing agricultural practices. And we found that hydromulching, which is the hydraulic application of water, seed fiber, binders, fertilizer, and other products in a surface slurry, is one method, as well as hydroseeding down here. Hydroseeding is a method used to better plant more quickly and in a shorter period of time. Both of these, however, require more people, but do it at a faster pace. And in Colorado, there is a very high drought problem, and we found that practices they use there to help the land would be to have fields farther away that cannot deal with wind as well, and to for the formation of ridges with better appropriate tillage equipment.
So also there's a rate of soil erosion that is acceptable and that doesn't deplete our land and cause issues for the environment and economic issues for us, and that rate is 0.1 millimeters per year. So studies have showed that rates of soil erosion under like your average agricultural practices exceed 0.1 millimeters per year, and also if you look at other countries all across the world, we're having the same issue. So only 13% of South Africa's land surface is considered arable, and by the year 2050, experts show that we'll have a very small amount of arable land per person. It shows that there would be 0.2 hectares. And going back to the rate of soil erosion, in the United States, we're losing soil 10 times faster and 10 times higher than that rate. And in China and India, soil is being lost up to 30 and 40 times faster than their natural replenishment rate. And the economic impacts of soil show that agriculture is affected, and that affects like our economy, and that affects our ability to sustain.
Great. Nice job.